here are two players ranked around 1,000 in the world. Let's watch this point and then we'll analyze it. Now, first, this video is courtesy of Tennis for Talent on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to their awesome channel. I've put their link in the description below. Now, the last names are not easy to pronounce, so I'm just going to say this is Ida and this is Paulina. So Ida is a lefty. Really like something about her serve. I really like the timing of her leg drive. If you know anything about the leg drive timing from the videos that I've made, is that you want to start driving your legs up before you hit the birthday hat. So as you know, the racket should go in over the head, knocking off the birthday hat. So if we zoom in here and we just like draw a birthday hat basically on her head, watch how her head just starts exploding up before she hits the birthday hat. Now, we know that by putting a line across the top of her head. And we see her head popping up above that line before she hits the birthday hat. That maximizes the shoulder stretch and the racket drop and the acceleration, and you hit a better serve. That was awesome. Now, I am a big fan of returning back down the middle, especially if you can get it deep. You can pin the ball to the server's feet if they don't hop back. Let's watch Ida. Watch how she hops backward. Watch this. Watch the server hop backward to get behind the baseline in case there is a deep return. Now, this I thought was really cool to see. You know, most recreational players, they just accept the ball coming to their backhand. With Ida being a lefty, she wants the ball on this side as much as possible. So watch what happens. When the ball comes to her backhand, she moves around it to make it a forehand. Watch her move around this ball to make it a forehand. If you get a weak enough ball to your backhand and you can move around it and you decide that you're going to hit a better shot with your forehand moving around it, then do so. So we've got a cool view of Paulina reacting to this backhand. You can see the ball goes to her backhand, but it clips the tape, and she's already got her racket prepared. That was pretty cool to see. She didn't wait for the ball to get to her side to take the racket back. She was already moving the racket by the time the ball hit the net. She then adjusts her feet, steps into it, and crushes it. Here we can see Ida's split step at the baseline. So watch Ida here with her split step timing. You want to land your split step after the opponent hits the ball. She does that perfectly. Really like her technique. Like the hand-elbow position here. Her hand and her elbow are relatively level to each other. When you get your hand too much above your elbow, that's when the racket goes way behind you. So she's got a swing that stays on the hitting side of her body, which is pretty great. Makes it tough for her to be rushed. Now here's where things get pretty interesting. What you see here is Paulina's shot clips the tape. And it actually slows the shot down and the ball lands shorter than Ida was expecting. In fact, when you watch this, Paulina is turning like it's going to be a topspin forehand. So watch how she turns, and then right here, she changes her grip. She turns like she's going to, crush a topspin forehand, but right there, she changes her grip because the ball's way out in front. And it is really tough to use a severe grip, like a topspin grip, on a low ball because you can't swing up to that ball when the ball's super low. So she changes to a volley grip and she chops across. Now, something about spin. The ball always curves the opposite direction you swing. So she's swinging from left to right. So what does that mean the ball's going to do? The ball is going to curve from right to left. The ball always curves the opposite direction you swing. So if you want the ball to curve down, like topspin, you got to swing up. That's why you got to swing up to make the ball curve down. So here she swings to the right, and that makes the ball curve to the left. I can remember watching Jimmy Connors do this on approach shots where the ball bounces, and watch this ball actually jump to the left. The ball bounces and then jumps to the left, and that forces Paulina to have to run a farther distance. Now, because it was a short ball, Ida's coming to the net, and she does a perfectly executed split step. A split step, again, and you know this when you watch my videos, is when you jump before your opponent hits, you're in the air as they hit, and you land after. The reason you want to time this way is it synchronizes your brain and your reaction time with when your feet hit the ground. There is about a 0.2 second reaction time to something visual that we see. So she hits the ball, and we can actually go to right there. We'll do it right there. And we put a timer down, and at about 0.2 seconds is when the split step should occur, should hit the ground, which is right there. So we can see her foot hit the ground, and that's when Ida is now reacting to where the ball can go. So that's what you want to do. You want to be in the air as your opponent hits so that you land after and you can react. Now, if you've watched my videos, you know that in this situation, I'm a big fan of telling you to hit the ball low to your opponent. When your opponent attacks the net on you, don't feel like you have to avoid them with a passing shot down the line or cross court or a lob. If you want to go for those shots, that's fine, but you're basically treating your opponent like they're Roger Federer or Serena Williams. You don't need to avoid your opponent. Rather, give them the ball, but give them a low ball. Try to get them to volley below net level. That's exactly what Paulina does. Look at the volley that she forces Ida to have to go for. So she gives her this really low volley, and Ida misses that volley. So I teach something called the two-shot passing shot strategy, which is where you give the opponent a low ball, they pop it up, and then you come in, which you can see Paulina going for that ball. She's like running in. If that ball goes over the net, Paulina is now going to come in, and she's going to go for the pass on the second shot. So opponent comes to the net, give them a low volley, and the chances of winning go way up. Now in a second here, I'm going to show you how you can copy those pros with your technique, strategy, and footwork. But if you love strategy as much as I do, then you got to pick up a copy of the Fuzzy Yellow Balls Singles Playbook. Over 50 pages of strategy after strategy to help you beat your toughest opponents. Each strategy, it's broken down in serving, returning, rallying, going to the net when your opponent comes to the net. Those are the 5 phases of a singles point. Each strategy has a QR code. Hold your phone or tablet up over the QR code and up pops a 5-minute video showing you exactly how to implement these professional strategies. To pick up a copy, just use my link in the description. I'm also going to pin it in the first comment. Now, if you're looking for people in your local area to play matches against or practice with, or if you're looking for a coach who's close to you where you can take a lesson with them, then use my link in the description and pinned in the first comment for PlayYourCourt. And it's playyourcourt.com/2minutetennis. When you use my link to sign up, you get 50% off. I want you to go out and film yourself playing matches. Film yourself and go through it and check your technique, check your footwork, check your strategy. When you serve, go inside the court off the serve, but then make sure that you're hopping back with your split step. When you're returning, return deep down the middle, especially against strong first serves. When the ball tips off the net, are you savvy enough when you turn initially with a topspin grip to change your grip and do a slice? That way you can get under the ball. Make sure you understand the idea that the ball curves the opposite direction you swing. Remember, Ida swung to the right, and that's why the ball curved left. If you want the ball to curve down, you got to swing up. On a serve, if you're right-handed and you want the ball to curve left, you have to swing right. The ball always spins and curves and changes direction, the opposite direction you swing. So keep track of that and look at your technique, look at your strategy, look at your footwork on film and make sure that you're doing that. When you come to the net, make sure that you're split stepping. Make sure that you're in the air as the opponent is striking the ball. And when your opponent approaches on you, be sure to give them a low volley. Don't treat them like they're John McEnroe and Martina Navratilova, that you're doing everything you can to avoid them. Yes, if you're playing Martina and you're playing John McEnroe, do not let them touch the ball. You're going to lose. You got to just crack a passing shot or hope to spin a lob over their head. If they get the racket on it, it's going to be a done deal. But you're not playing them. So give your opponents, the people you play, low volleys, and the chances of winning go way up. Go out and film yourself playing. Check your footwork, check your strategy, check your technique. If you want me to analyze your match play for you, go to 2minutetennis.net and sign up for a Zoom private lesson. Let's become friends on Swing Vision, or just send me footage of you playing and I'll analyze it with you live on Zoom. You can go to 2minutetennis.net right now and sign up for a stroke analysis, footwork analysis, or strategy analysis Zoom private lesson. So you go out and you work on your game and there's no doubt you're going to gain confidence, win more matches, and play much better tennis. This is Ryan Reedy from 2minutetennis.net. You got this.